In 1965, brothers Tom and Frank McGee opened Mac Papers in Jacksonville, Florida. Paper was part of their family legacy, and they forged a new family business built on steadfast values, integrity, and innovation. These qualities continue to drive the company 3 generations later. This is their story. In 1919, Clifford Graham McGee and his 2 brothers founded Jacksonville Paper Company, and through the years, the name McGee became synonymous with paper.
Growing up in Jacksonville, if you spell McGee the way we do, you're part of the paper business. So it's part of our identity.
By the early 1960s, Clifford's sons Frank and Tom had worked their way up in the Jacksonville Paper Company. In 1965, they were ready to strike out on their own.
The biggest obstacle, I think, was trying to get the lines of paper that we needed to sell because suppliers were questioning whether we would make it.
Banks didn't think we were going to make it. Suppliers didn't think, why you want to go with this startup company? A couple of 30-year-olds, wet behind the ears, starting a new company, competing against all these old established companies. And they made it.
The first year would prove to be one of rapid growth. Opening the Jacksonville warehouse in January of 1965, they added Atlanta in March and Miami in April, creating the cornerstones of their rapidly expanding distribution network. First-year sales topped $2.5 million, and Mac Papers was on a rapid path to being a major force in paper distribution in the Southeast.
I believe we were one of the first 2 premium paper suppliers to get together to work with Mac Papers. So it really developed as a partnership relationship.
Over the next decade, the McGee brothers continued to surround themselves with dedicated employees that shared their vision, and the business grew tenfold, with sales topping $25 million. Tom and Frank's children began to enter the business, and as with all family members, they would have to learn the business from the ground up.
My earliest memories of Mac Papers was working in the warehouse in the cutting room, wrapping packages. We swept the floors first thing in the morning and everything. I couldn't leave till I swept the floors in the afternoon. My dad wanted me to experience every job that I possibly could. I worked in the warehouse, I worked at our envelope plant, I made deliveries. I did every job that you could possibly do, going up all the way up to running a branch and then being a regional manager.
I remember when I was in college, which would have been 71 to 75, talking to Dad weekly. Dad would always say Mac Papers had a record month.
In March 1990, Mac Papers moved into a new headquarters, beginning yet another era of growth. With the wide adoption of email and the dot-com boom, now more than ever, Mac Papers needed to innovate and evolve to stay competitive. While the company enjoyed relationships with some of the nation's largest printers, it created mini Mac retail stores to give the medium and smaller firms the option of picking up supplies right in the store. By 2000, through increased sales, acquisition, and leveraging its distribution capabilities, Mac Papers had become the premier paper merchant throughout the Southeast. This foresight and desire to evolve would prove to be invaluable when the recession hit in 2008.
We very quickly determined that we needed to diversify, and we were fortunate that our customers, for the most part, use a lot of packaging. And so it was something that our existing sales force could go in and sell to the customers where they already had relationships.
Mac Papers emerged from the turbulence of the recession years as a stronger and more diversified company with expanded lines of business including paper and print, packaging, facilities supplies, and office products.
Our new corporate brand that we launched in early 2015 honors the history and tradition of the company and also reflects this diversification and innovation that will carry us forward. We are not a new company, but a company that has evolved with the industry and leveraged its stability and distribution expertise into new opportunities. We want to convey that progress to our customers, our clients, and our employees, and instill in them our vision for the future of Mac Papers.
Mac Papers is also positioned well, in large part because of its employees.
They have had a great ability to attract and retain very good people within their organization. That's also unique in our industry today. They have a company that people want to work for and that people want to stay working for.
This commitment extends to the third generation of McGee's, which have joined the ranks and are learning the family business from the ground up, just like Sutton, David, and Mac.
I think they have a real passion for the business. It's, if not born into them, somehow bred into them that this is their livelihood, but it's also they have a passion for what they do, and you can just tell.
You know, people ask me why I stayed as long as I have here, and I really only have one answer, is I think the best is yet to come, and I want to be a part of that. I want to experience it.
The history of Mac Papers continues to be written. When Frank and Tom McGee opened the company's doors in 1965, our slogan was, "Paper is all we do." Today, much has changed, but the values, tradition, and family that founded this company remain just as integral to Mac Papers as the innovation, drive, and diversification that is shaping our next chapter.